See my other one. I don't know what's going on. Okay, hold on. Did I copy the link? Okay. Hello, we're gonna talk about can you handle the truth? You handle the truth. Can you handle yeah, can you? You ain't got no sense, y'all. See you. What's up, y'all? This is Toya B, and this is Layo. We're gonna talk about can you handle the truth? I need the link. Handle the truth. Can you handle yeah, can you? Makes no sense, y'all. See you. What's up, y'all? This is Toya B, and this is Layo. We're gonna talk about can you handle the truth? You handle the truth. Can you handle yeah, can you? Makes no sense, y'all. See you. What's up, y'all? This is Toya B. Alrighty, righty. Kind of late, but we got this. This is actually really good. It's 8:02. So we're not doing too bad on time. We're not doing too bad. Can you handle the truth? Call in line 404-457-9923. You know what? Let me send this to my homie. Let's see if he'll watch it.
I'm just going through my DMs and just end up sending it.
That's exactly what I do. Like it just told me I sent like over 100. I don't know if I did that many clicks, but whatever. I'm gonna shoot, baby, shoot, better, shoot better, shoot better, yeah, shoot better. Oh, okay. Y'all be on my dime. Shame, shame, shame. Okay. Let's make sure we got this. Y'all get the BTSs on YouTube. Y'all be doing this. Y'all be getting the BTSs. All right. Bring you over here.
All right. Okay.
That's too. Oh yeah, that's way too close. I was wondering why it's like that. All right. Come over a little bit. All right, we got 3 people on YouTube. Okay, YouTube people. How you doing? All right. Go ahead. Go live. Okay. Make sure you don't, because you can hear it. Yeah. All right. Let's get this started. Let's get it started. Yeah, let's get it started. Okay. I don't know, but these Chick-fil-A fries got me hot.
Funny enough, I had Chick-fil-A this afternoon too.
Are you serious? Oh no, I'm just real happy because we on time. No, for real. Like we had to come up with a new system. You know what I'm saying? We had to come up with a new system.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start this show.
All right, let's do this.
As the word says in Proverbs 4:7, wisdom is the principal thing, so therefore get wisdom. And all you're getting, get understanding. So let's get understanding. Welcome to Logic Over Emotions, a platform for men to speak freely and women to finally listen. Okay? Yes, I said finally listen. If it triggers you, sorry. Okay? Sharp. And I am your host, Toya V. I'm your girl, Bree Badu. 1E, not the 2. And the man of the hour is
Layo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so the topic for tonight is can you handle the truth? Let's go ahead and listen to this topic. I guess not. Give me a second. What is that? I thought I was ready. Let's get it started.
Let's get started. Yeah.
Oh, it don't want to work today.
Oh, it's trying to give us a hard time this time.
Or you want to just play it? Like, I don't really even see it. I don't want to get the message if that's not gonna work. Okay. Here we go.
Have a best friend that can't tell you about yourself. How do you have a best friend that can't correct you? If your best friend is a yes friend, if they gotta walk on eggshells to tell you you stink in this area, you know somebody that loves you, somebody that would tell you you're doing a good job. Watch, they love you enough to tell you, man, you need to get this straight in this area. Mm-hmm. That's why you gotta be careful not to be ensnared by the words of people. Watch, who butter you up on the outside, you don't have your best interests on the inside.
All right. All right. So, Layo, what made you pick this topic out of the topics I gave you?
Well, I would say out of the topics, I think a lot of us know this, but I don't think a lot of people really talk about it the way that they should. In a sense.
Okay, explain.
Well, because we live in an age where everybody really, even though people say it all the time, I don't really care what other people think and all that type of stuff. We really kind of do, and that's why it's hard for a lot of people to tell other people the truth of what they really need to hear. So instead of because we don't want to be looked at as maybe a hater or maybe somebody that is that may not know what they're talking about, a lot of people just say, you know what, fine, either that or because they're benefiting in some way from that person. That person might do things for them that normal people don't do. So they're trying to keep up that facade of
like a yes man.
Yeah. Instead of just being honest, look, what you're doing is messed up, or I don't think you should do this, or things like that. When I used to do a lot of music. I kind of cooled down on it a lot actually over the years, but I would always have people listen to my music, not to hear them say, you know what, I like this. I would always want them to listen to my music because I wanted to hear the negative parts of what they wanted to say about it.
Mm-hmm.
And because if you're saying the negative parts, then in my head I'm thinking, okay, this person really does mess with me. They're not trying to sabotage me, or they're just
Right.
not telling me something that I want to hear just so I can feel good about myself, that type of thing. So I would say that one of the reasons is because a lot of people think that everybody that they're close with or they hang out with are their friends, but the real case is not everybody has your best interest at heart, and then you can't really call everybody your friend.
And so, how do you determine the difference?
Well,
As a man, how do you determine the difference?
well, I think for men, it's and this is just speaking from personal experience. I think it's really easy for men to find out who their real friends and who their real friends are. It's very, very easy for men. To me, I think so. And the reason I think so is because when it comes to men, especially, and I'm not talking about like maybe certain circles, I'm talking about like a regular friend, I meet a guy I can know off of the first couple of interactions we have that if we're going to be cool or we're just going to be casual, hey, what's up, how you doing?
Right.
One is because men usually are honest with each other.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that to say, even when men are joking with each other, they may be joking on each other and everything, but some of them jokes be real. Some of them jokes be
Right. I think that's everyone. I think that's everybody.
Yeah. So when dudes be like, bro, you look like you just jumped out of a hot trash can right now.
Right.
he telling you the truth. Like he's saying, bro, go. It might not be in a nice way,
Right.
but it's not like him saying that just to make fun of you. He's really like, bro, you look a hot mess.
Right.
Most likely you need to, like, dudes will actually tell you, like, you can't go out the house with me dressed like that, bro.
Yeah, because I know some girls will let their friends look a hot mess. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So I think men can be a lot more honest with their guy friends, because we know in society as a guy, they already expect you to be like, hey, you shouldn't let things get you down. You shouldn't cry over stuff. You shouldn't let it, you gotta be a man. And if you see something wrong or somebody's pointing out something wrong to you, what you need to do is that you need to go and fix it.
Right.
So that's what society tells you as a man. They don't really coddle you to the extent where it's making you seem like, oh yeah, don't worry, bro. You might look out. You look good. If they ain't like the way you dress, well, guess what? That's on them. Nah, the dudes be like, nah, bro. They right for joking on you, bro. Like, so I think that's the difference. When it comes to friendships, men usually go, but to a fault, men usually go by who, especially men that don't really know how to navigate throughout the world. They let a lot of guys influence them that they shouldn't influence them. At the same time, I do think guys are very easy to influence in the sense of they may not want to do something, but you can
come on, man. Let's
you can poke the right button to make them do stuff. So, but yeah, I do think it's very easy, and the way you could tell is just by interactions. Is this guy telling you the truth? And sometimes with some of my friends, I'll just tell them stuff, and I'll just see what their thought processes are. So, like, if I talk to them about, or even if they're talking to me about something, like if they talk to me about something that has to do with like relationships, if I don't coincide with how they go about walking through life and relationships, then I know our relationship isn't going to be that much better. So
right.
you know where to draw the line on, hey, is this guy, I can call him a friend or not. I don't have a lot of friends in my life. Um, the people that I call friends, most of them I've worked with them.
Right.
Funny enough, I don't not really out and about like that, so I don't really go out and mingle like that. So I'm not just randomly meeting people and getting friends with them. But you do get it from socializing, you do get it from interaction, and it depends, especially at a young age. I don't think at a young age guys are looking at friends and like they're thinking, hey, this guy's going to be really beneficial in my life. They're just looking at, hey, this dude, I be having fun with this dude, and we're going to continue to have fun until the wheels rock off this thing. So, you have to also think about that. But it's not until you really it wasn't until I got to my 30s that I really started sitting down talking about what kind of people I want in my life that I want to consider friends.
Right.
So I do think there are situations also too.
Yeah, we have Seven City said that there's a difference between oh my goodness, it's messing me up. Hold on. There's a difference between constructive criticism, feedback, blind hate, and outright hate. Take criticism from people who have expertise or more knowledge than you in that area. Which I think, what's your thing?
I can agree with that. There's a difference between all of those. But I do think people do get those things confused. Like if I'm telling you, dude, I don't think you should do that. Don't think I'm hating on you. Like if you're about to go rob a liquor store and I'm saying, bro, don't go rob the liquor store. Like it's not a good idea.
Right.
But you like, bro, you hate.
Well, I guess it would be with girls, wouldn't it be with girls? Like she not a real girl, dude. Like, don't talk to that girl. He's like, man, you hating on me. I want to go talk to her. Would that be a situation? That be hating?
No, because I think, to be honest with you, I think who, whoever it depends on why they're saying that. If they're saying that because they want to get with that person, then you could call it hate. But if you're saying something out of concern or something like that, I wouldn't say it's hating. I would say that you just saying, hey, you should know what you're getting yourself into before you get into that situation. Is another example I can give you is and especially if we're talking about the dynamics between men and women, I can give you plenty of situations where a dude I've I've gone to some of my friends, I'm like, look, I know you like her, she's fine. You should just leave her alone.
That's what I was saying. And then the man could be like, or your homie could be like, you hating, man, you hating,
Yeah.
you just want to be. So that could be.
Yeah, and that's exactly. So it's like, no, I'm telling you this because, like, most likely, if and especially me, I'm just speaking for me personally. If
Yes.
I'm saying this, that means I've seen something from this person that makes me doubt them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she might not have a great character. Her character might not be the best, and I've peeped that. So I'm trying to tell you, bro. Like I've told this to a friend before. I had a friend of mine. They were interested in the girl that I knew,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, nah, bro, leave that. I was like, leave that alone. I was like, number one, she's superficial,
Mm-hmm.
and we college students.
Right.
You're not making no type of money that's going to be able to
handle that.
Right. I told him, I was like, don't do it. Leave her alone. She's cool people. But trying to, and he didn't want to listen to me. And so he found out the hard way, and that's not me hating. That was just me telling him, look, I've peeped game. I know the type of person she is. Don't waste your time because that's all you're going to be doing is wasting your time.
Mm-hmm.
And he didn't want to listen. So, there's only so much you could tell somebody before they want to listen. But if I was going to him saying, but if I was secretly trying to get with her,
Mm-hmm.
or if I was attracted to her and I just didn't want him to get with her, and I'm telling him, nah, bro, leave her, then that's hating. That's hating. I think we have to sit down. Like,
you gotta know your people.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with asking, why do you say that? If I can't come up with a proper reason on why I'm telling you not to do something, then you could say, you know what, nigga, you hate. Sorry, I said nigga. I didn't mean to say that.
And we could have been misunderstanding. We have Sideways Radio. What's up? What's up? He says, why can't we be thankful for who likes us?
I think because we are what's the word? Entitled. As a society, I think we're entitled. We
have too many options.
I think two things can be true.
Mm-hmm.
I think two things can be true.
And by having too many, I'm so sorry. I just stop. Like I have my phone do not just and it's just vibrate. But I think that that we're entitled because we have so many options. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
No, I get that.
Yeah, because if you only had one option, then what you entitled? What do you mean? Like you can't, you don't have any other choice. But we have all these choices. Like you got a table full of candy, and I'm like, I can just say what I want. So yeah, I think that's.
I agree. I have to agree. But the cause of that is the same thing that can be a detriment to us is also kind of a blessing. Social media. Before social media came on, the prettiest guy or the prettiest girl in Atlanta was really only known by the people in Atlanta.
Proximity. Mm-hmm.
Now you got the finest people that might be in California or Arizona or even Milwaukee. Everybody in the world can see them now.
Right.
So now that people know that, hey, everybody can see me and I'm just a DM away from oops, sorry. And I'm just a DM away from getting in contact with
anybody.
you.
Right.
It's And then not only that, then to speak about the entitlement part, we just automatically think that everybody is supposed to like us.
Mm.
We just think that everybody's supposed to like us. No.
Or it could be a trigger. Be a trigger too. Like somebody went through something, or a trauma, should I say, not a trigger, but somebody went through something when they were younger and just had to prove themselves. So they felt like, hey, wherever I have to go, I have to have everybody like me. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, Seven City said, he said, wait though. Women make special exceptions for the guys they really like or that they want. She might be superficial to every other guy and be giving the next man full service for free.
Okay, so when it gets into men, because I get slack about this, because even when I talked with one of my client slash bosses, whichever one you want to call it, Madison, when I do her show with her, people get on me because they think that I'm just male centered and that men don't and I'm like, no, I don't. I'm not. I'm more of, I don't think that men are just these innocent creatures. I don't think women are these innocent creatures. I think people are people.
Right.
I think people are people. People do bad things.
Right.
Men or women. People do bad things. It just depends on the person that you are aligning yourself with.
Correct.
So when it comes to that, I will say this. Women have the right to their own. Whatever they want to do with it, they can do. If there's a guy that they want to sleep with on the first night, they can do it. Now, if she don't want to sleep with you on the first night, she doesn't have to. But if you sitting there waiting for her to make up her mind to sleep with you, then not only is she the problem, you the problem too. Because why are you still waiting there? I learned that if somebody wants you, they'll find a way to be with you. They'll find a way to be with you. If they don't, then they're going to have you go through a whole bunch of loops. And that's how I had to start. That's when I started realizing, you know what? Okay, let me stop dealing with people that are going to put me through loops, and somebody that's going to reciprocate the actions that I give them.
Right.
And so my thing is this: whoever you want in life, because we may want somebody that may not want us.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why they may not want us is because we may not be the person that they want.
Mm-hmm.
So if we want a certain type of person, we have to also be that certain type of person for them. It can't just be, oh yeah, I want a woman that has a figure eight figure, long hair, pretty eyes, a big booty and big breasts, but I don't make a lot of money. I'm not doing so well. Like,
but that's if she has that mentality, right? Like Seth was saying, like, I call them cookie cutters.
mm-hmm.
The cookie cutter women, she might do that to another man, but then she'll meet somebody and be like, you know what? You don't have to have the money. I just like you for you. You make me laugh. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it does depend. Depend on that.
It depends on if somebody like you or not.
And
where they at in life. Like the thing about they might be superficial. Well, I'm 21. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 21. I know nothing of life or whatever. But when I'm in my 30s or whatever, now I've experienced things or whatever. I know more about who I am and I've lived life. I know about who and what I want. So no, I'm not gonna do the same things that I did at 21 that I at 35. I'm sorry if you caught me at 21. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, I don't. Yeah.
I mean, I agree. I agree with that, because it does depend on, and that's why a lot of people, especially now, I've been on social media, and a lot of people have been saying you should go for people who like you.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody likes you, and you, if somebody finds you attractive and you find them attractive, fine.
When it's genuine, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I think it's based off of people want the 20 instead of the 80. So this person's 80, but that 20 looks so shiny. So they'll pass on that 80, not knowing that 80 and being with that 80 can make it work so that person can become that 100. You know what I'm saying? But people are looking for that 20 to make it complete. But I would prefer 80 because I know we're going to change every year. We're going to change every 5 years. You know what I'm saying? And I also like, in doing that, I do want that person to tell me the truth and be honest with me. Where me chasing that person that finishes that 20, they may not tell me the truth at all. You see what I'm saying? Oh, you got to stay.
I know. I have a question.
Okay.
Because when we were talking about being honest, I was just referring to friendships and stuff like that.
It's everything.
Now we're going to relationships. I have a question.
Okay,
let's go.
So if you're with y'all's man or whatever, y'all want him to be 100% honest with you.
Well, my person, I think I do. And that's only because I was raised in a home like that.
And you,
like my dad was, when I tell you my dad was, I'd be like, do you not know I'm 13?
I feel like I want my person to be honest, but you gotta know, but my person is also going to know how to deliver that to me in a way that I'm going to receive it. Because I feel like that's where you was going a little bit.
I was.
Yeah. So I feel like you need to know your person. Like, yes, tell me the truth. Don't hurt my feelings while telling me the truth.
Right.
And if you're my person, you know how to do that.
Oh, I know why. It's the side. You have the silent button on the side to red.
Huh? On my phone?
Yeah, the button on the side.
I gotta turn it off. I got it turned off. I got my do not disturb. My volume turned down.
So it's red?
Yeah. I know it's magic. I have no idea. Figure it out. I don't know.
Oh, you might still have the vibration.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, my phone keep on going off, and I'm so sorry if y'all can hear that. We'll have that fixed by next week. Yeah.
Listen.
But it's people liking our message, though. It's people liking.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Listen, look, if you hear it, it's okay. Thank you, podcasters. Thank you.
Let us distract you.
Okay, thank you, Spotify.
We're about the wrong thing.
Yeah. Thank you, Apple. Thank you. I hope our listeners forgive us. But go ahead.
Okay, because the reason I asked this was because I heard, when they say there's a lot of truth in jokes, right?
Right.
Okay, so I was listening to this comedian, and he said when he was getting marriage advice from a older gentleman, and he said, and he asked the guy, he said, how are you in a long sustaining marriage? And he said, it's because happy wife, happy life. Then he also said, he didn't say nothing about telling her the truth.
I think he thought it.
Happy life, happy wife. So I was asking because I wanted to get y'all's opinion about that, because it is true. It does say happy wife, happy life. It doesn't say nothing about that, the truth part.
Okay. So
if he's just
he's lying to his wife and he don't know how to talk to her, and they need therapy.
But do you think that there are truths that, do you think that there are lies that help? What's the word?
Well, you talking about white lies? People call them white lies.
Yeah, the white lies.
See, and that's my thing. My person, we gonna be able to be like, okay, baby, you not gonna like this, but I gotta be real with you. She ain't your friend. You know what I'm saying? Or that's ugly. You know what I mean? Because I would like my person and for us to have jokes, but our jokes, I know he's telling me the truth that my wig is sideways by giving me a joke. But I'd be like, dang, baby, you real? Well, this is my real hair, but you get it.
You a little hole right there.
She's like, you're not gonna catch me slacking. This is real.
But see, and that's the thing. My dad was blunt. My mother was blunt, but my dad didn't have a filter and my mother did. So my dad could say, "That's ugly," and my mom said, "Would you like to pick something else?" You know what I'm saying? There was a different way of her telling me that it was ugly, and then my dad telling me like, "Oh, that's ugly." Mom, do you think you should pick something else? Maybe try this. You know what I'm saying? Suggestions or whatever like that. And I'd be like, "Why?" Because it doesn't look, So I think it's like she said, it's how you.
It's all in your delivery. You can talk. Yeah, you can talk, and we can talk about anything. Because I mean, I don't expect for you to like everything I do, like everything I wear, or nothing like that or whatever. And if it's such a problem that you feel the need to say something, say it. But don't don't piss me off. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, like, because you know how I am, like you know who I am, like so handle me with care. Because I'm gonna do the same for you. I'm not gonna be like that shirt ugly. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that if that's not if you're not gonna receive that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like again, but that just comes with knowing your person.
Yeah, because your person may be like, he all like, boy, you look ugly in that. I do. Okay, I'm gonna change. You know what I'm saying? But he doesn't think that you're not joking because you're trying to put him down. That's just the language. That's the language that y'all speak.
Delivery, intention, all that matters.
But even though he's not trying to put me down, he's making it as a joke. In our brain, we know he's dead serious though.
Yeah.
During the time, we know our friends.
Yeah.
So if he comes and he says it as a joke, you guys like if you guys are about to go out, you got on an outfit and he's looking at you like, and he make a joke out of it. Are you gonna be okay with it? And you just gonna be like, okay, he's joking, but he don't really like it. Let me go change.
It depends. I'm like, what you don't like? You don't like my outfit? Oh, the shoes don't go. I'm like, okay, what shoes you think? Or whatever like that. Or what? My belly looking? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. You got to know your person. Because if your person makes a joke, you're going to know because that's your person that, oh, he don't mean no harm, but this is his way. This is our way of how we joke about something that we don't like. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
How about if it's not an our thing? How about if it's a he thing where because there are people like this. They make jokes to soften the blunt of certain things.
Right.
So it may not even just be an inside thing between you two. He might just make a joke out of it because, like you said, he wants to lighten the delivery. Mm-hmm. He doesn't want it to be as, like, ugh, that junk ugly. Take that junk off. You might say something like, you look like a Oompa Loompa in that dress.
So the relationship
that's what I'm saying. Like, so you can't say that to every woman,
and that's right.
But that's my point. You have to know your person. If you know that if you can come to me and say you like the Oompa Loompa in that dress, okay, or you can say I don't like that dress, or you might be like, you think you might want to wear something. Like it all depends on like just that individual couple. It's not like overall like this. It doesn't work the same way for all couples. It's like this again, getting to know your person. Seven City said the level of trust and accountability got to be on a high level in a relationship or any other type of ship to be able to accept harsh truths as love. And I agree with that as well. But like you gotta know your person. And it's not gonna always work. You gotta trial and error. Okay, last time I told her she looked like an Oompa Loompa, that ain't work. So this time maybe I'm gonna try a different approach. And you just keep on trying until you find something that sticks. Now, if you don't find nothing that's in the meantime, if it doesn't stick, and then then you also see that there's other things going on that like, okay, well maybe I shouldn't be here because I can't even speak how I feel about things or whatever, then you have to start like rethinking the ship.
Right, because you don't want to be on eggshells.
That's true. Nobody wants to be on eggshells in a relationship. That's a relationship waiting to fail.
Do you believe men walk on eggshells in a relationship?
All the time. All the time. All the time.
I'm looking on YouTube now. Stephen G 2024 says that truth comes with accountability, and it doesn't seem like many like that word nowadays.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with that, Stephanie. That's true. People do not like to be held accountable for nothing these days.
And you were saying, do you think men
walk on eggshells more than women do in a relationship?
Definitely.
Why is that?
We're here to understand.
honestly, it could be plenty of reasons. It could be some men just don't like conflict. They don't like to go through, the whole back and forth thing. A lot of, I won't say a lot, but there are men out there that just like a peaceful, calm relationship, that type of thing. There's some men that they know that they woman going to put them on timeout for maybe a couple of days. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going to jeopardize. And they're like, you know what? I'm not going to jeopardize. You know what? That dress is not worth me losing access to my girl.
Right.
But then there are also scenarios where they know that there's some women that the smallest thing might just light a fire in them and it causes a big argument.
Mm-hmm.
And they may know that their girl,
she like tough.
Look, if you
give them a hand. So
should that be your girl? If you can't, you said the smallest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shouldn't be your person then.
It's not your person.
You're right.
Like, I want my person, if he's like, look, that dress is ugly, and I'd be like, why? Because of this and this and this. I know that he's not doing that because he wants to be mean. He doesn't want me going out there looking crazy. You see what I'm saying? Where if you can't tell your girl, like, listen, you know what I'm saying, you got a fupa and the fupa don't look good in this dress. If you can't tell her that in any type of way, that is not your person.
Yeah.
But this is the thing. You see, as a guy growing, especially as a, let me put it, male, as a male growing up from a boy till you die, all you hear that we should accept women how they are. We're supposed to accept women how they are. So that's what we're accustomed to doing. We may see you get a fupa. But sometimes we the reason why you got the first place, and I don't know if other guys think like that, but I would think like that. If I got a girl, a woman pregnant, and now she got a football all of a sudden, it's not. I won't say it's my fault. Yeah, it took two of us to make that football. It took two of us. So for me to go around and start, and I know you guys didn't say that, but I'm saying it in my own words. For me to go around and start looking at you differently because you got a fupa now, that's inconsiderate of me. That would be inconsiderate. If I know the type of person you are, and especially if I know if you're like especially a health freak or a gym freak, you might be like, hey babe, that six pack turning into a one, I may joke with you with that. But, I think especially when it comes to like body image with women, I mean, women already have to go through a lot when it comes to body image. You're supposed to look this sort of way. You gotta have this, you gotta have that. Men, we can get away with it, with how our body looks, So right now under this sweatsuit, I'm turning into that fat dude from Goldfinger. Right. That's why I'm headed to. That's why I'm going to the gym consistently. But but that's because men have, and I tell people this all the time. The things women value are different from what men value. A man can be out of shape because there are other things that he can do that can offset that. In some scenarios, you may have a great personality. You may be the funniest dude alive. In other situations, you may have money. That can offset certain things. With women, is really
not the deep side,
because it's really not a lot you could do to offset certain things.
Explain.
So like and I'm just talking about initially just attracting the guy from the initial standpoint, not when you're already in a relationship, because personalities start to come into place, and when you start seeing people's personalities, you may forget that that dude was a 2 at one point, because his personality, he might be a 10 now.
Right.
So, but for women, men usually look at women when they first see it's physical.
Mhm.
So they're going to look at body, face, all that type of stuff. Then once they get past the physical, then it gets into the personality.
Right.
So it's like, so that's why I say it's different. You know, a woman can see a guy and see that, oh snap, he may not be the most attractive, but look, he got money. Or, oh, he may not be that attractive, but oh, he's funny.
Mhm.
Or something like that. You know, there's something that can offset it. I don't know, because I would say money, but men don't really care about women money like that.
Right, right.
You know, so when I would say your degree, but men don't really care. Like the stuff that women care about in men, men don't care about when it comes to women. It's something completely different. So you guys have to bring something completely different to the table compared to what a man would have to bring to the table at one point. So that's why I say I would say it's kind of harder. I would say for women it's kind of harder to get the guy that they want, because usually even the guys that you want, other women want them to.
Right.
So
so people have to tell the truth to themselves what they are. And your friend should be able to be like, yeah, he's out of your league.
Oh yeah.
You're supposed, as a friend, you should listen.
Oh yeah. I mean, I had a friend group that we used to tell each other like, nah, don't even stress yourself with that. Don't even stress yourself. I've had it done to me. He was like, no, don't even do it. She ain't even there for you, bro. She auto. And I'm like, you know what? And I looked, because this is when actually I'm even about to go to school. This is when I was in college at this time in my 20s, and my cousin, my cousin, we always used to go to Cream. It used to not even that far from. It's like on this road actually. Yeah, but it closed down. It was
Cream.
Yeah, but now it's a quick trip. But
the name of the club is crazy.
Yeah, it was called Cream, and I think it was every
Cash rules everything around me. That's what it means. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean I get it, but it's just.
And we used to go every Saturday because Saturdays were when they used to have African nights. So we would go, and then there was one time I saw very, very attractive young lady. And my cousin saw me looking, and he was like, nah, bro, don't even do this to yourself. I was like, what you talking about? He was like, nah, she ain't, yeah, you ain't even there yet, bro. You even if you still in college, you still in college, bro. You don't even got the money to upkeep her. I was like, and I had to look closely. I was like, you're right. You're right, bro. That's not even in my league right there, But you have to be able to.
Be self-aware.
Yeah, and this is something my dad told me. He said, people are real friends if they go into a room and they come out of that room angry with each other. Because if they go into that room and they come out smiling and laughing, they said there was no truth spoken between the two of them. But if they come out of that room angry with one another, that means there was truth spoken between the two of them. And when he said that, I was like, you know what? I mean, I get the analogy. The analogy is correct. If every single time we hang around each other is only laughs and giggles, am I really your friend?
Now think about it. When we went to that group, we was not on, when we came out of that place, we wasn't on the same level, was we?
So when we
went to the event. Because I was just like, I'm glad I didn't. So glad we were late. He was just like, he was like,
I guess right. But I'm gonna tell you, like friend or not, I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it.
Right.
So, but I try to do it in a way that you'll, you know what I'm saying, that you'll receive it.
Okay.
7 City said, I don't buy into anybody being out of anybody's league. It's magic what confidence, authenticity, a good personality, and smelling good can get you out here.
Not smelling good.
Look, I used to feel the same way, but you have to be real with certain things. Some things are just something, and it doesn't mean it, and it may not even mean it in a bad way. It just means that right now, that's not you. You know, like if
or you can shoot your shot, right?
you can shoot your shot, but how long is that going to last?
And that's what I was thinking about. What he said. Like, I mean, it don't stop you from like all of that confidence, authenticity, good personality, and smelling good. I mean, yeah, you might catch my attention, but can you keep it?
That's the thing.
Like, can you hold on to it? You know, for a relationship or for romantic reasons or whatever. Because I mean, we can kick it. Right. But if you're not like just outside of all of that, if we're not on the same page, then what are we doing?
Right. Because the because the show that that I help with Madison is called Fact Talk and whatnot about that. The thing about it is this. I'm especially the audience is majority women. So I listen to the conversations, and I've learned a lot from listening to the conversations too.
Mhm.
A lot, women don't, and this is from what I was told.
Mhm.
Women want you to be upfront from the beginning, right? They don't want the whole. They don't want the whole. What do you call it? Telling me the things I want to hear, and then when as time goes forward, you're now
Yourself. So
you're now your real self.
you start off being your representative, and
And that's the
then
exact word they use.
yeah, your representative. I knew exactly what you were saying. That you start off being your representative, and then but you can't
You can't keep it up forever.
You can't keep it up.
You can't keep it up forever. So yeah, you have the confidence. Yes, you have the smell goods. Yes, you have all of that. But then if it's, and I'm not talking about all women because I know all women aren't the same. But I'm just talking about in that situation with me and my cousin at that club. I knew the girl I looked at. I knew the type of girl she was. Oh, sorry. I knew the type of girl she was because one thing about Africans is that Africans, especially ones in Atlanta,
Right.
some sort of way y'all all know each other. Some sort of way we all. So I knew, and so when my cousin was like, I was like, "You're right," because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if I can laugh you out of your draw. At the end of the day, I know the type of person you are. You attracted to dudes that like money.
Right. That have money.
25. And know damn well you riding in a Honda Civic with me. It's you and I in that 97 Honda Civic. And so there are situations where, yeah, you can be confident, you can do all of that thing, but you also have to be real with yourself. Are you looking for, because if it was just going to be a short-term thing, yeah, definitely. Right. If that's what I wanted, a short-term thing, then yeah, definitely. Just hang out, laugh, giggle, and that's it. But if you want something deeper, then you're going to need more than just the confidence and everything. You have to be put together. Yeah.
The whole person.
Yeah, you have to be put together. And I know, and the truth is, I will say this though, it's always good to find somebody before they are already put together.
Right.
It's honestly good to build with people. And I'm not talking about one-sided building too, where a woman is just, or a man is just doing everything and then the other person just chilling. I mean like really build together. People talk about being equally yoked, but I don't think people understand what equally yoked means. Equally yoked doesn't mean you bring something, I bring something. Equally yoked means I'm here, you're here, and we complement each other
to get to the place,
to get to where we need to get to. People get that confused with already having a already built up person. You see, if you're equally yoked, that means whatever I'm insufficient in, you can pick up. Whatever you're insufficient in, I can pick up. And that's how you build your empire together. If you're not doing that, then there's no point. Because no matter how much we want a relationship to be unconditional, I'm sorry for everybody out there. Relationships are unconditional. Relationships are conditional, especially ones especially the romantic ones. They're always conditional. I know we want that fairy tale, but we're going to be real because if it's not conditional, why are people so eager to leave it? Sometimes, a lot of times, for no reason.
Right.
It's just I'm just not feeling.
Yeah, that's marriage now.
Yeah. So it's like, well, I halfway agree with that. I think that because you said that relationships aren't conditional,
Aren't
unconditional,
Yeah.
and I agree with that part. But I think that the love portion of it can be unconditional. Like I can love you and leave.
Yes, but that's not romantic love though.
Why not?
If you love somebody romantically, well, let me put it like this. If you love somebody, especially the way that I think you're trying to say it, then people have to realize love isn't just a word, it's an action.
Right.
Love is a verb, actually. Love is actually a verb. You show love. I could say I love you all I want to, but do my actions show you that I love you? That's the thing. Because love doesn't hurt anybody. Love doesn't hurt people. Love doesn't take advantage of people. Love doesn't mistreat people. I can't tell you I love you, but you afraid to come home every night. I can't tell you I love you if you're struggling and I'm just sitting back, watching you struggle. It's not love. Oh, go ahead.
Okay, so I have a question. Okay, so go back to the equally yoked thing, right? Because I have a few things. Equally yoked. The yoke is that it's on two people so that it can be even, right? So they can pull together. So do you think it has to be a 50-50 in order for that yoke, that relationship to, it's just as long as it complements each other for it to move forward?
Yeah, because I don't believe in 50-50 either.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't. Because we can agree to go 50-50 on things, but there are going to be some times where you feeling like you're doing 100% of the work.
Right.
There are going to be some times where I feel like I'm doing 85% of the work.
Mhm.
So it's never really 50-50. It's just are you willing to pick up the places where I slack, and am I willing to do the same? Because if you're expecting everything to be 50-50, then y'all gonna be having a lot of arguments.
Mhm.
Because there's gonna be sometimes you getting off of work late and I've been with the kids all day and I'm like, hey, I've been clean and throw up all day. It's your turn. You just got in from a 12-hour shift.
Right.
But guess what? I'm not thinking about you coming off the 12-hour shift. I'm thinking about my time with the kids.
Mhm.
So in my head, I'm doing everything.
Right.
But in your head, you're also doing work too.
Right.
I just don't see it. We don't see each other doing the work. So that's why it's hard for me to say 50-50. Because if you're always thinking about 50-50, then you're going to be like, you know what? I can't do this. We agreed to do 50-50, but it doesn't feel like 50-50.
Right. And so another thing is, do you believe that marriage is respected now in 2026? Because you just brought up marriage and people just wanting to get out of it, right? So in to you, do you feel like being married is something that people seek?
I will say yes and no. And the reason I say yes and no is because I see both sides of it. I see people where they're saying, I don't want to be married.
Mhm.
And I'm saying both men and women say no. But I know I have a lot of people around me that are in marriages.
Mhm.
Not only that, even if you go on my algorithm on my phone, I watch a lot of married couple content.
Mhm.
So I think it has to do with what people have gone through in their life. From what I've noticed, a lot of people that say they don't want to be married or anything like that, they've gone through it. They have some trauma that they have to deal with.
Mhm.
And the people that do want to be married, they haven't given up on it. Like they still believe that that they want to be in a committed relationship with some people. Because some people are and I think social media has a lot to play with it because we see people in marriages, but they're not even like the traditional marriage.
Mhm.
You know, it's
Like poly.
yeah, it's like open relationship marriages. Them are never gonna work.
Right.
I don't care if y'all been together, y'all are going to get tired of each other and seeing each other get pounded by the other. Y'all gonna get tired. Y'all gonna get tired of that. And one day, because you ever heard this saying, you give somebody an inch, they take a mile.
Right.
Somebody's gonna take them out. Somebody's definitely gonna take them out.
Well, you said
right. You said, we already in this open relationship. You might as well let me sleep with Keisha down the street. What's the point? So
or sleep with your friend.
Right.
Somebody else gotta run out.
Exactly. Yeah. Mind you, in y'all marital contract, y'all said that thou shalt not sleep with any other unless the other is there. But guess what? Some people take that out of context. I mean, some people don't, abide by those. They give you loopholes. So, I mean, no, I don't think marriages are the same. I think there are some traditional marriages, but I do think that there are some unconventional marriages where people do certain things in marriages that is not going to last.
Do you believe that men want to be married?
I believe men want to be married.
Like how many percentage? I don't know.
I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know. But I don't know the percentage because I'm not going to lie and act like I know the percentages. I do not. But I do know a lot of men that talk about being married to somebody that they really want to be with.
Right.
Do some men move like that? No. And it could be for various reasons. It could be some just like that, and some have been hurt, or it's different reasons on why men will say they want to be married, but they're not married. And not only that, there are men out there that think that if they get married and then next thing you know, they get a divorce, that is the end of the world.
Right. So do people need to be true with themselves, even if, they have to be true with themselves if they want to be married or not.
Yeah.
Or not, or should I say ready for a relationship or ready to be married. Like we need to be real with ourselves. Even though our friends may like, man, you still you still out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think you're ready for a relationship. Now, could a person get upset about it? Yes. But I do think that your friend should be able to let you know, like, hey, I see that you want to be in a relationship, but you're still out here. You're not moving like you are. You know what I'm saying? So I also believe that people also have to be true to themselves if that's what they really want. Because I know a lot of people, they'll say they're ready for a relationship and move like they single, and that person that's in the relationship is being dragged, you know what I'm saying? And they're wasting their time with this person because this person is saying one thing, but their body is saying something.
Yeah, and I agree with that. I think people should be able to make the decision for themselves. And when I say that is, if you're not ready for a relationship, tell the person that you're talking to, hey, I'm not ready for a relationship, because at least you're giving them a chance to say, okay, am I still going to mess with this person, or am I just going to cut my ties with this person? That's another thing about being honest. You have to be honest, because if they give you that option and you choose to stay, you can't be mad at what happens next. You cannot be mad. But at the same time, if they tell you, hey, I'm committed to you, but then they still doing other stuff, then yes, you have a right. You have a right to be upset, because you could have just been honest with me and we could have gone from there.
Right.
Instead of, and I get people, and I do get people, I say I get it. I'm not saying I condone it.
Mm-hmm.
I do get people, I do understand why people say, oh, it's easier just to withhold the truth than to to tell it because people don't want to lose access. Because I think I said at the beginning, people don't want to lose access to those benefits of being around that person.
So just sit there and tell them lies to appease them for the moment.
Right. Well, I mean,
you about to say something?
Yes.
Okay,
we had a few comments that came in. The first one is from Patriot Stove. That's why I was doing my shoulders. Y'all can't see me, but I was over here doing a little shimmy when I saw Patriot Stove.
Chiming in.
Yes. So she said, people in a relationship, they both have to give 100% in accomplishing the mission, whatever they have to define that as. Then they have to give and take in the relationship to accomplish the mission. Then we have Mike. I'm sorry, Mike. I'm just gonna say Mike.
Mike, aka Mike B.
Oh, okay. Okay. He said, like, when no underscore stuff, you gotta break that up. Okay. He says both parties gotta want to make it work. And then Darlene B, the author, says that marriage takes work. It's a partnership, patience, respect, and keep dating your significant other.
Yeah. I agree.
And also, right. And I also believe that people need to be real with themselves if they're ready to do that. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you can be, this is the idea, this is what I want. But deep inside, you're like, you know what? I probably should just stay single for the rest of my life.
Not the rest of my life.
But I'm saying there's some people who should be single. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're
not gonna make the moves to, like, the changes in life to do that, if
you're gonna be a bona fide, stay single.
It's a question though.
Okay, let's go.
Are you ever really ready for a relationship? Are you ever really ready to be in a relationship?
So somebody just told me the other day that that you'll never be ready for anything. That being ready is a choice. That's what somebody told me. Now the same person, is he watching? I don't care. He told me. Well, I tell him all the time that he's not he'll say that to me. I'm trying to see how to put this. To me, I don't think that he's moving as someone who wants to be in a relationship. But he says that if a woman, like if the right one kind of like just fell in his lap, then he would do right. And I was like, but you're not even practicing
to do right.
So how, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like, but that's just me. I mean, if that's how you're going to move, that's on you. But as your friend,
but that's just like the silliness of women saying, "Oh, if the right man comes, I'll be wifey material." Or
I was about to say the same thing because I was about to say the same thing. I was waiting for y'all to finish because I was about to say the same thing because I was like, that's the equivalent to a woman saying similar to that, but I was going to say, "Oh, if the right man comes, he's the one that I would be. He's the guy to make me submissive." I'm not going through all of that. Either that's who you are or that's who you're not. And
they need to be real with themselves about that too.
And it says the same thing about men. Men you can't say, "Oh no, when the right woman got to make me become
masculine."
No, it really do sound. It sound. Forgive me.
Oh, don't even say it. Don't even say it. It sounds. I know it. Sassy, okay?
No, I was about to say stupid.
No.
I was about to say stupid. Because when you say stuff like that, that means that gives me the impression that I was. Oh,
that's smile.
I'll finish up though. When you say something like that, it's giving me the sense of, like you said earlier, you're bringing your representative. Because after a couple of months, are you still going to be that way? Because if I had to, because when people say things like that, it's making it seem like somebody has to pull your teeth to do that. So if I have to pull your teeth for you to be a certain way, that means that's not your natural state.
We don't really give pushback, and it's not pushback. It's just my thoughts.
Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
So I think that that women are more so reactive. Like we're reactive in how we move or whatever. Like I do for me, I do feel like I need to feel comfortable enough to do or behave certain ways with a man. If I don't feel that I can do that, then I'm gonna move around. You know what I'm saying? But like going in, like I think that most women like going into a relationship or to a situation or whatever it may be, we do kind of have our guards up a little bit or whatever because it's tough being a woman. Not taking away anything from being a man or whatever, but it's tough being a woman.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So y'all be lying sometimes and we have to figure out if it is your representative or not, right? Just like you have to figure out if I'm showing my representative.
Right.
So I wouldn't say that it's crazy to be like, okay, well, I'm gonna find a man that's gonna make me. I'm gonna be soft when I find. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that like I just have to feel comfortable enough around you to bring my guard all the way down. And I think that that's kind of what
they're
like
saying.
what they're saying.
And I
That
agree with
like don't nobody's gonna make you submissive. That does have to already be in you
Right.
That's what
to
I'm
do
saying.
that. But you like you being around you, I have to feel comfortable enough to do that. I'm not gonna be like sensitive. I mean, not sensitive, submissive to every man that I date because in order for me to be submissive, I have to look at you as a leader and provider. And some of y'all will lead us to hell.
Question again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know we going,
No, that's
but
fine.
it's
I
a
like
question.
No, speak your mind. Speak
It's a
freely.
question though. Because I'm gonna tell you what a man is thinking when you say that.
Mhm.
Why are you dating a man you wouldn't even want to be submissive to?
I don't know that until I get to know you.
But that's why you see, I'm gonna be honest. This is why I say that women have a lot more power than they realize. Y'all know the dating market is the way it is because y'all, right? Y'all know y'all can control men easy. Like I'm talking about extreme. Y'all can get whatever y'all want. Men ain't difficult. Men are not difficult at all. You can, you could still be soft, but have your guard up at the same time. You know how many women that are married that get whatever they want from their man, and they don't have to raise their voice at all. They just have to be like, babe, da 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 da. Da, da,
They embody femininity. That's
like
why.
I'm telling you, if you ever seen those movies, you ever seen like them James Bond movies, and those women that always get James Bond caught up, they not aggressive women. They know how to do it. They'll be giving like, hey James, and James fall right into it. And then all the superheroes always chained up. Bro, we saw it coming. But it's because I'm telling you, women have a lot. Women could have men wrapped around their fingers so much easier than y'all. Y'all wouldn't have to work as hard as y'all are working just to get the type of men y'all want. Because I've seen on videos of women saying that men don't even approach women no more. I mean, yeah, because number one, you know, like any other person, they're afraid of rejection. Everybody's afraid of rejection. But at the same time, it's because there are men out there that are like, you know what, man, I don't want to deal with that headache. I'm sorry, but they're like, I don't want to deal with the headache. So a lot of men are out here running the streets because they're like, you know what? It's the same way. It's the same way how there's some women out here that have a guy for food. They have a guy that they takes them on dates. They have a guy that spends money on them. It's the same thing for guys. They got a girl that whenever they hang around them, it's easy going. They got a girl that she know how to the sex may be really good, then they might have another one. It we're even though we're different when it we're not that much different. Even though yes, we are very much so different. But at the same, two things can be true. We can be the same, but we can also be different. Men, you guys could have men just wrapped around your finger and just have them do whatever you want to.
So what do you think happened?
I think what happened was, especially when women started saying I don't need no man, and then all men ain't ish, all that type of stuff. That turned off a lot of men. I can honestly say that turned off a lot of men, and men are like, "Oh shit, I'm sorry," but they're like, "Oh man, if that's how you feel, then shoot, why am I stressing myself over this. I might as well get what I want and be on my way. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying that's what you should do. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that's what some men are thinking. There's some men that have gone through a lot of trauma when it came to dating women, and it's more of the same way you have your guard up, they may have their guard up the same way. So that's why I tell people all the time, if you like somebody, show them that you like them. Show it. And if they're showing it to you and you like them also, don't play the whole hard to get. Like, you can play it sometimes. It could be cute at sometimes. But at times, show reciprocation. Let me know that you are feeling me too. Because if I know that you're feeling me, it's going to make me want to do more.
Mm-hmm.
If I feel like you're not really feeling me, you just entertaining me because you bored.
Right.
I'm a no.
Right. Eventually you will know.
Yeah. The only people that stick around for situations like that are people that are unfortunately damaged, or they feel like that person is the best that they can do.
Mm. Mm-hmm. We have Miss Introvert Tasha. Hey Tasha girl. She said she agrees with you as far as like how women can have men wrapped around their shoulders. And she's like, and to act partially helpless, men love to be needed.
Men do like to feel needed. Mm. Men like to feel needed. They like to feel wanted. They like to feel appreciated. It's not, like I said, it's not hard to men are not easy to satisfy. Sex, food, and appreciation will get you a long way.
Sex, food, and appreciation.
Yeah.
Well, there it is.
One day,
y'all, you heard it here, ladies.
One day, just come home and be like, "Babe, I appreciate the hard work you're doing."
And then drop them drawers and have a steak in your hand and go, you know, run.
You gotta do that, baby. That's a bonus.
The ring gonna be next in 24 hours.
That's a bonus. So make sure you do that.
All right. So we got to ask you these questions.
Go ahead.
Okay. Oh,
I need to go.
I'm so sorry.
I had to feed you. I left it in my pocket. See how you be dramatic.
I did it. I thought you was gonna catch it.
Yeah, I didn't know you was gonna throw it.
Facts.
Just floated away.
Okay. Sorry, y'all. I probably need to put it also in the phone so you could just look at it. And I'm sorry, we forgot to tell people to call in. We just got all into it. I apologize.
But it's on the thing. It says, it has a phone number up there. It's not just for show.
Okay, you ready for these questions?
Oh yeah.
Question number 1.
Let's go.
What's one emotion you struggle to express and why?
Sadness.
Why?
Mainly because of how I grew up.
And also your name.
That's true. It does mean child of joy. But also, I was always, as I got older, I was always taught if you can't control it, there's no reason, dwelling on it. Not only that, I always, man, I'm having a therapy session now. I've always been the type of person that I don't like to burden people.
Right.
I'm the type of person, I don't mind you, coming to me with issues, but I don't like people seeing me when I'm down. And that's because I feel like I'm a burden to them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to always keep a smile on my face. I'm always trying to be happy. No matter what I'm going through at the time, I'm always trying to be happy, because I also believe that the energy that you give out is also what you will receive.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I know I should still let those negative emotions out, but it's not as easy for me to let it out as I would like to, or as I should. Let's put it like that.
All right. Number 2, what's a belief you had about women or relationships that has changed as you've grown?
Oh, y'all trifling?
No, not
No,
all
no,
y'all
no, 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 no. Honestly though, I would say that I used to growing up. I always used to think that women always need to save. I was always thinking that they always need to save. Always need to save. But y'all really don't. Would y'all? And I wouldn't even say y'all want to be saved. Y'all just want somebody to that's going to be that to walk through life. Let's put it like that.
Yes.
Because when you think of save, you're thinking about Lois Lane and Superman. I don't think y'all. I don't think if it comes now, if it comes down to that, I know y'all will want somebody to help y'all, but that's not.
They can save me.
That's what I mean. But that's not what. But that's not exactly what you guys are looking for. You want somebody that's capable of doing it, but it's not something that you're like, yeah, you better, But yeah, I would say women are a lot more stronger than I gave them credit for when I was younger.
Okay. What's something that men should stop lying to themselves about?
That set rap CD about to drop, bro. That rap CD drop. But I would say um something that I think that men should stop lying to themselves about is one that all women are the problem because I've seen videos about that. It's not a woman thing. It's not a man thing. It's a people thing. People, relatively are a problem. And until we're able to really take accountability of our own actions and everything, it's going to be hard for us to really see through those issues that we have. So,
Okay. What did your father or a male role model in your life teach you about emotions, whether it was directly or indirectly?
I would say that when it comes to my dad and it comes to emotions, and other male figures, actually, it's the same thing. Um, it shouldn't really, like I told you, you shouldn't really dwell things that you have no control.
Right.
Um, if it happens, and move on to the next. Really, don't show weakness. That was really it. Don't show weakness. You have to stand strong because how can you be a leader if you're not strong? You know. But as I've gotten older, I've noticed that you can be vulnerable to an extent, but as a leader, it's not just about carrying the torch. You also have to learn from others too, because the great leaders learn also.
Right. Gotcha. Um, what does accountability look like for you now?
I point the finger at myself before I point it to anybody else. It doesn't matter what happens.
So basically, take the log out of your eye before you take the speck out of somebody else's.
Mm-hmm. If any type of relationship doesn't work out, I first look at myself and I say, what could I have done better? And how could I have done better? Before I even think about pointing at somebody else and saying, you're the issue, because I know that, especially at my age now, I realize that just because I think of myself a certain way, other people may not think of me that way. The way it depends on how people have experienced me, and I never experienced myself, so I have to take into account how people have experienced me. So yeah, that's what accountability looks like to me.
All right, I like that one. And the last question, if you could say one thing to women who are watching who want to understand men better, what would it be?
Just genuinely listen, and I don't mean listen to get a word off or listen so he could just be quiet. I mean genuinely just listen to him, what he has to say, because I know a lot of times women want to hear the truth from men, but if you let a man talk long enough, he'll tell you the truth.
Right.
If you let him talk long enough, he will tell you the truth. So just sit down, listen to him, ask him how his day was, or just listen to him vent. And he may not even be venting just for a solution. You know, men really vent to get a solution, but there's might be some times where he just wants to express how he feels, and just listen to him and try to. And if you don't understand something that he's saying, ask him. Don't try to like interpret it what he's trying to say. Don't try to assume what he's trying to say. If he says I think grass is green, and you're not sure what he's trying to say, ask him, what do you mean?
Right.
Like, don't try to assume and say, oh, this is what you mean. Okay, that's the worst way to go about it.
Right.
If you don't understand something, be more in depth. Be more in tune to what he's trying to say by asking questions. So,
Gotcha. Well, that's all my questions, but we did get like one last comment on YouTube. It's Stephen GJ 2024.
my boy Stephen, I know him.
He said, I heard someone say women have to feel safe to be in their feminine and men have to be respected to move in their masculine.
That's true.
Yeah, and that's what I was kind of getting at. Like, yeah.
And I do agree with that. It's just that my head, when I hear that, it automatically, my head goes to, oh, so you're just going to be masculine until I can prove to you that you should be feminine. That's where I don't agree with it. But you could still be, like I said, you can still have your guard up and
still be a little feminine.
Yeah. I mean, be soft, but have your guard up.
Yeah. Now the submission part, if that's what you would do with your man, then save that for your man. If y'all still dating, because I think that's one of the issues with the relationships nowadays. A lot of relationships go from having sex to being in a relationship. People don't really court each other.
Right. They don't.
You know, there was a time where, we would go out on dates before we actually said, hey, will you be my girlfriend? And
let's get in on.
Right. But now we just go from situationships into relationships. And, it's hard to really find somebody you want when we're not taking the time to really sit down and get to know the person. So,
yeah.
True.
That's like the one of the guys, Trio AC, I think is his name. He says that like people go from like a man could jump into a girl's DMs and then have her in his bed the same night.
Right.
And so there's no courtship anymore at all.
I'm telling y'all, if women just say, which I know is not going to happen, but if women just say something like, "We not having sex with y'all until y'all properly court us," how much y'all want to bet y'all get more dates?
But all women have to say it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like all women gotta say it. Yeah. Like if it's just me and Toya, then me and Toya gonna be single for the rest of our life because everybody else is giving it out.
Right.
You know?
Right. But I'm saying no. If all women, if all women said that, y'all be having dates basically every single day. To be honest with y'all, because they're gonna be trying the best, and then y'all be able to weed out. Oh, nah, you're not it. And I think, to be honest, I think that's how it should be. I think that it should be courting instead of just sex relationship. I think it should be courting, and then you go into gradual stages, because it doesn't matter if you get married and you've been married for 90 years. You're still learning that person.
Mm-hmm.
So, to each his own.
All right. Yes, y'all. We just want to say thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Just to let you know, this platform is for us to understand men, because we are advocates for just help. If we can save one guy a month from not, unaliving himself just because he doesn't have a place to speak, we try to give you that platform, because over 100 men a day unalive themselves. So that's 36,000 plus a year. And that's a lot. Men are 3 times more to unalive themselves than women. And so we want to give safe spaces for them to actually have a place to come and talk. So if you have a topic that you want to get off your chest, or you feel like women don't listen, or you need a place to speak your piece, go ahead and DM us at Logic Over Emotions Pod. You can also go on YouTube and watch us there. Just search at Logic Over Emotions Pod. And we finally got our website up. Lord, the mouth is not mouthing right now. Try to go to www.logicoveremotionspod.com. We have a man's mental health resources. If you know anything, if you know anyone or anybody that's struggling with, suicide or unaliving, please call 988 if you're in the United States, or you can go on 988live.org if you would like to talk to somebody. You can also text 988 and somebody will, help them respond and get you through it. So we just want to say thank you. My name is Toya V. You can follow me at This is Toya Victorious.
I'm Bree. I don't know who I am. I'm Bree. I'm Bree Badu. You can follow me on IG, Bree_Badu. That's 1 E, not 2. And also on TikTok as well.
Yo, the man of the hour. Go ahead and let them know what you do, where you do it, and where you.
Well, Layo, you can follow me on IG, officially Layo. You can also Facebook. It's Layo Chemiche, or is it officially Layo? It's officially Layo. Whichever one. But no, that's it. Yeah, and yeah, you can hit me up if you need any like information about like tech for YouTube and Instagram and stuff like that. You can hit me up about that, and I can give you some insight on some stuff. So yeah.
All right.
I keep pointing, but I keep forgetting my hand is like
messed up. He's been in this little, I want to test how good my bones are.
They're not that good. They're not that good.
But anyway, we want to say thank you and good night. Bye.
Bye. Thank you guys.